Someone is dropping never before heard reference tracks that turned into Drake's biggest hits. Is there a mole in OVO that wants to destroy Drake? What up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit that Cashapp down below. Yo, listen, bro. I don't know what's going on, and I'm going to need y'all to help me. Some of y'all are more advanced with this Drake information than me. I just happened to go on my Twitter today to see what looks like the beginning of a hit piece, a all-out assassination attempt on Aubrey Graham. First thing I see is a 17-minute video that's saying all of the flows and songs that Drake has stolen. I saw that video on my timeline and I clicked it and I started watching. And at first I'm like, well, some of these are just paying homage to the other rapper. But the video goes on and on and on and on. It's so many songs that Drake is pulling from that it gets kind of like, this is a little bit much when you're pulling from 20, 30 different rappers. So that's the first thing I saw. It's like, okay, but why now? Why are they dropping this now? So then I continue on. I'm seeing that Drake is trending, or the word Drakes with an S. If you put in Drakes for some reason with an S, which I don't understand why that's trending. But a guy, Pusha Thanos, whoever that is, right, put up a bunch of unreleased reference tracks for Drake, right? And I'm like, what's going on? Why is this happening, right? So you're going to help me to understand what's going on, because I don't know the inner workings of OVO and Drake's music. So we're going to understand together, and you can put in the comments. But Pusha Thanos, he first of all, the first reference track is Drake's Jumbotron shit popping, but it's Lil Yachty doing the verses, right? It's track 13 of Drake's Her Loss. And if you play it, I'm gonna play it. Let's see what we got. I just pulled me up the phone, trying to take stands. Round my head from here like the whole hands. I see so much life, man, it's hard to lead a bit. The whole fight attack in a cold red. So that's Lil Yachty doing the verses for that song. So I'm like, okay. I mean, we all know that Lil Yachty helped out and yada yada. But that's an unreleased reference track. Who would have access to that but somebody inside that camp, right? Let's just keep it moving. So then they go, and I don't know if this one is released before, but Drake's 10 Bands, the Quentin Miller reference track, for some reason, is released. Let me play this. I can tell you about those safe house nights on Calabasas. I can tell you not a rapper. You niggas selling swag. I ain't gotta open up the package. Who you with? What you claim? So that's Quentin Miller's version of the 10 Bands. Now, I don't know if that one was released before. I have no idea. But that one is on here as well. So then I'm like, all right, so that's two. Then you get the big one that everybody's upset, that's really tripping off. Vory, his version, his reference track for Mob Ties. Somebody leaked this stuff. It's crazy. Let me play this. So that's Vory rapping the verse off of Mob Ties, which is one of the bigger, like one of the most beloved tracks off of the Scorpion album, if I'm not mistaken. So let me keep it moving. That is not the final reference track. But there is a bunch of reference tracks. There's a couple more on here. Let me just see if I can find the rest. But that right there is enough out of nowhere, right? Then you got Drake's Ratchet Happy Birthday with Party Next Door. Let me play a little bit of that.
celebrate. It seems like time's out of our control. It's a celebration. Oh, yeah, it's your.
So that's Party Next Door rapping or singing Ratchet Happy Birthday, right? And there's a lot of context, but you got to go over to this guy's page because I don't know what's going on, how he got these leaks. Somebody could explain how these leaks became available to Pusha Thanos, but he's pushing them, retweeting them, and everybody's going nuts on here trying to figure out what's going on. The Drake fans are scrambling. It is crazy. They're redefining ghostwriter. They're redefining reference tracks as we speak. When you wake up tomorrow morning, everything will be redefined by Drake fans. Reference track will have a new meaning. Ghostwriter will have a new meaning. Drake will have a new meaning, right? Everything is getting scrambled and reassessed. And I want to play you a little clip from Academics saying that no one could have written Mob Ties. I'm gonna play this. This is before this track came out.
When Metro dropped it, like, I already kind of had an idea about that, but I was like, it's Jumbotron shit popping, whatever. But I did hear about that maybe he got some help on Mob Ties. And I ain't gonna lie, Mob Ties was a song that I felt that was Drake with his back against the wall. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yo, Drake here, right? It felt the way. Like, because I spent all night looking for it. Like, apparently there was a snippet. They said Vory.
So this is how the Drake fans are feeling right now. They're feeling betrayed and they're feeling a certain way. And now they got to start redefining what's going on with this music. Now, I want to say something about this. First of all, we already knew that Drake had quote unquote ghostwriter. We already knew this. And these leaks don't do much as far as show you anything you didn't already know. But what it does put into question for me and probably a lot of other people, and we're going to have a real conversation about the effects of other people writing your music. But I'm going to say, when I hear these reference tracks, you start to say, does this guy write anything at all? I'm just going to be honest with you. And you don't have to write to be an artist, right? You don't have to write to be a world-renowned pop artist. But with this rapping, and if you're going to be in people's top 10, top 20, you low-key got to write. I'm just going to be honest with you. And I feel like the more we've heard enough reference tracks to just disqualify this conversation of Drake being in the top rappers conversation. It's over. It's been over, but now at this point, we can't even have the conversation. Because you can question literally every single solitary song. They're trying to say that Back to Back was written by Daylight. I don't believe that anyone wrote Back to Back but Drake. I really don't believe it. But with these reference tracks, you can't say for sure that it wasn't written by somebody else. That would mean Drake's greatest battle victory was not by his pen. And that would mean someone else has that battle victory. And some of these records are extremely popular that we're listening to. Now you're going to say, but Charles, Michael Jackson didn't write everything, right? And you call him the GOAT, right? That's a fact. But Michael Jackson ain't a rapper that goes around saying I'm the best rapper in the world. Right? Now, to me, after you watch the 17-minute video, and I didn't watch the whole video, but it's some really damaging, I don't know why they're coming after this guy, but it's really, they've put up literally every single song that he's borrowed the flow from. Every single verse of where he took the verse from. Every single rapper that accused him of stealing from him. Now, what I'm going to say, it may be a little shocking or harsh, but if I have a career of 20 years of rapping and you can pull up, and I'm not saying say a line or pay homage in a bar or two, if you can pull up 20 plus references of where I completely lifted whole sentences, the entire almost half of the verse, they have 20 different occasions where Drake took almost, if not the entire verse, half of the verse and said it the exact same way as the rapper said it. 20 different occasions? We have to remove you from the conversation of best rapper. I'm just sorry. You're the best entertainer. You can have that. But best rapper, we're gonna have to snatch that from you. I'm just sorry. Now you're gonna bring up other rappers who don't write. You're gonna bring them up. Fine. But give me somebody in the top 20 rappers that don't write. And give me somebody in the top 20 rappers that has at least 20 instances of outright taking the flow, the complete cadence, the actual words for not 1 or 2 bars. I'm talking 10 bars in, you're still saying that person's flow. 6 bars of someone else's raps. An entire verse where you change a word here or there, and it's consistent over years with no homage to that guy, no credit. And then they're dropping reference tracks where you're spitting these songs like they're yours. We got to remove that. And I have to also say, who's dropping this stuff? Somebody in that camp is not playing fair. You have Yachty, who you know Yachty ain't dropping this stuff. Out of anybody in this business, you know Yachty and 21 Savage ain't trying to destroy no Drake. So somebody else has access to this. An engineer, a producer, a manager, a business associate. Someone has access to these reference tracks. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to push it even further. If I heard, every single time I hear a Michael Jackson mix down session of behind the scenes, it's always Mike singing. Mike is doing 3 and 4 overlays of the same chorus. Mike is singing all of it. It ain't nobody telling Mike how to sing nothing. Mike wrote a lot of his own music. And yes, he did use other people's songs. He had writers here and there, but Mike wrote a lot of music. Mike was very involved in the creation of his music. Very involved. Mike was in the creation of, you can't even play Mike's music wrong when you're playing it in a concert. Mike will stop you. Like, listen, before we hit that stage, you better get that right with love. So Mike don't play about his music. So the one thing you're going to say, you're not going to say Mike is a real deal artist, right? I'm just going to be honest with you. Mike never pretended to be nothing but what he was. I'm going to go on a limb and tell you, I feel like Drake may be pretending to be this hot ass rapper when he really is an entertainer. Drake is almost using rap. When you got to use 20 different guys' flows and verses, and that means you're not creative right now. I'm just going to be honest with you. You're not. What are you actually creating if every single album you drop, you got this guy giving you the reference, that guy telling you how to say it, this guy coming up with the flow, that guy coming up with the cadence, right? And you can't say Kanye, because Kanye not even in this conversation. Kanye been out the conversation. Kanye ain't on nobody's rappers list unless they don't know nothing about rap. I'm just going to be honest with you. If I sit down with a real hip hopper and he starts telling me Kanye is in his top 5, I need to get up and walk away. I'm just going to be honest. I don't feel like you can be somebody's top 5, top 10 rapper and you got 30 people on every song. It just can't work. So we need to start sliding Drake over there with the Kanye territory. This conversation, Drake not even in the rap conversation anymore. He said they mad at me because I don't write enough. I don't know if you writing anything. He's making great music, but at least Kanye is open about having all these artists. Yeah, they're gonna say, well, you check the credits, their names are in there. Who checks the credits? Who checks the credits, bro? Be honest. I can't even find credit. You know how hard it is to find the credits to these songs? I don't even try anymore. Back in the day, we had a CD cover. We opened up, we read the credits. They don't even sell CDs no more. I shouldn't have to go through all that to know that if you wrote your rap, so you did it. The people in my top 10 and my top 20, rappers, I'm not talking about entertainers, they wrote their raps. And yeah, you may get an instance where, okay, Pharrell did his hook, or Eric Sermon did that, he made that chorus, or he said, say this way, or say that way. And they even came up with something today where Pac did somebody's whole song, and Snoop Dogg redid Lottie Dottie. All of that is irrelevant because all of them guys wrote them bars. Snoop got hella raps that he wrote. Jay-Z got hella raps that he wrote. My top 20 is not going to be no dude stealing from everybody's flow. Got 40 different reference guys trying to show him how to make a hit. My top 5, my top 10, my top 20, them dudes need a pen and a pad, bro. And the beat. They rappers, bro. And I'm going to push it a step further. Back in the day when you was a rapper, you had to know how to write. And the ones that didn't, like we had Eazy-E, didn't write a lick, but Eazy-E wasn't no rapper. Let me say that again. Eazy didn't want to rap. They had to press E. They had to fall into a whole situation where they had no choice. And Eazy-E was pieced together line by line. He would say a line, they recorded, stop it. Eazy-E wasn't out here talking about, I'm the greatest rapper. But Eazy-E was about that money. And when them raps started going and that money started flowing, Eazy was like, what the heck, let's go, Drake, write another one. Ren, whoever, Cube, whoever, write another one. I'll spit it. But Eazy never pretended to be no rapper. Eazy wasn't talking about, I want this forever, I'm the top 5, all this. Eazy wasn't no songs with Eminem and Jay and Kanye, right? What we're gonna do is stop trying to move the goalposts and say what a rapper is and what a rapper's not. This cannot go on, and I'm gonna be honest. Somebody has it out for this guy. Somebody has it out for him. You know what happened? I'm just gonna be honest. When somebody asks me for a verse, I sit down with my paper and I write the verse. And that's what rappers do. Now, people that don't claim to be rappers, sure. Write the rap, send me the reference track, and yada, yada. That's what I'm going to do. But we don't put them in the conversation. And we still got to sit through these fans of putting this guy in the conversation as greatest rapper of all time. You can't even tell which songs he wrote and didn't write. You don't know which song, you don't know who. First of all, let's just be honest. You fall in love with an artist, any artist, a rapper, because you feel you connecting with them. Am I right? Whoever your top 10 favorite artists are, you connected with that artist based on their performance and what they said during that performance. Now, I know for a fact, with Michael Jackson, some of his biggest records, Michael wrote them. The records that I fell in love with, those are Michael's words, and I felt I connected with him, right? To some degree, you have to understand, you need to feel like, just like Academic said, he felt that one particular track, Mob Ties, ain't no way nobody, he said this was Drake back against the wall Drake. I felt like he was speaking from the heart, he was fighting back, and then to come to find out, Vory was giving him them words and giving him the cadence and giving him the vibe of how to come on that song with his back against the wall. This was after Pusha T that he coincidentally lost. Back against the wall, he's coming out swinging, right? Now, end of the day, We finding out now that it wasn't his back against the wall and he just putting the pen to the paper. Somebody else put the pen to the paper and he memorized it. Now, he may feel like I say it better and I know how to spit this better, and that may be true. But I listened to the Party Next Door one. I thought it was a pretty good record without Drake saying it. And quite a few other ones. And The Weeknd has gone on to have a hell of a career. Singing his own songs. Me personally, right? And this is just personal opinion, and I don't expect nobody to try to say it's right or wrong. Me personally, at some point as an artist, I'm going to want my own voice to be heard. Whether it's whack, right, wrong, goofy, sooner or later, I'm going to want, let me try this. Let me say some words. Let me write some stuff. I don't know what is being written in this mansion with the basketball court and all this other good stuff, right? But I know one thing. Drake is not a rapper. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's too much convolution. It's too much hands in the pot. We took it from Kanye. Kanye's not a rapper no more. Kanye ain't been a rapper in 10 years or more, if he ever was. We got to stop calling people rappers who aren't doing rap. Because rap is your words. That's what you feel. You know why rappers brag and say they the best? Because they wrote that shit themselves. They wrote it themselves. And they look at that paper and they spit what they wrote. And they dare you to challenge what they wrote. Fabulous, Jadakiss, Prodigy. They write down and they look you in the eye and tell you that match it. Beat me. They don't need to go get somebody to tell them how to say it and steal their flow and steal their cadence and steal their song from them and then try to make it bigger than them and try to stay on top by using everybody else's swag and skill. So I think we're done with the rap. Drake is a rapper conversation. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't have to be a rapper, but I think we need to disqualify anybody still trying to say that. Just gonna be honest with you. Somebody in that OVO camp is trying to destroy this man. This man back is against the wall worse than it was with Pusha T. His next project has got to do numbers, people. I'm sorry to tell you. They all got to do numbers, but ain't none of them going to be as important as this one. This is the Super Bowl that Tom Brady got after he left the Patriots. This one is important, bro. Because if this come out and it flop, Drake's career is in real serious trouble. He's never going to be gone. I'm going to be honest. But that reign going to be in trouble. If this joint comes out and stalls at number 4, number 5, it's a problem. It's a problem. So we're going to see Damage Control. I don't know what was said to make that beef end, but somebody on top, it wasn't these two guys, somebody at the top said it's over. We're losing too much money. We're making a lot of money, but we're going to lose more when this guy can't come back from this. Like, we're making a lot of money off Kendrick records and a little bit of stuff, this other stuff. But when he can't make albums for another 5 years because people still in the joint talking OVO for 5 years and these kids ain't following him no more, that's going to be a bigger problem than this battle. So we're going to dead this and y'all going to get back to making music. And you ain't heard nothing since. So what we're going to do right here, right? We're going to get back to music, let Drake get in the studio with whoever needs to, and I used to think they was exaggerating. This OVO sweatshop, and they used to make these comments, but it's real. These reference tracks prove that these guys are making their own music and giving it to Drake. And even Michael didn't have it like that. Michael, he searched for stuff from different people and got different vibes. And I'm not making excuses for Michael, because Michael put a lot of his own work in. But Michael was Michael, and he never pretended to be nothing but an artist. He wasn't strutting his chest talking about I'm better than this guy, that guy. He just was Michael. So I'm gonna leave it at that. You let me know what you think. Does this disqualify Drake from being called the top rapper of all time? It does to me. And does this mean that somebody in Drake's camp really, like Kendrick said, really can't stand him? We have not seen any proof otherwise. We have not seen anything where these guys aren't out to get this guy. They're releasing some of the most heinous stuff. And it ain't going to end right now because they're getting too close to their goal. And I got a whole video coming about how Metro Boomin is the real winner of this battle. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Hit the Cashapp, CLBMG. These shows, they getting better. We getting more upgrades, and a lot of people are watching, right? Salute, we just got back from No Jumper a couple months ago, even though Adam 22 shutting the whole thing down over there. We just came back, and it's getting attention. And what we need now is support from you in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. And we need you to send the money on the Cash App to keep the shows going. All right, CLB, Cash App. You got the money sign, CLBMG. That's it, baby. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side piece. Elevate your mind with high-quality THC-infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.